Recording in progress.
Good morning, my friends. It is Monday morning where we do our tap in. We do our tap in and set some intentions for ourselves for the day, for the week. And so it has been a couple of heavy weeks with the teachings and the intentions and where our awareness has been. So let's just recap. So, about 3 weeks back, the whole self love, talk to yourself with beautiful words and listen to the words you say to yourself. And when you start speaking to yourself with love, for many of us, that can be awkward, it can feel uncomfortable. So, if you've been sticking with that, kudos to you. And then I asked you to notice your triggers. And not only just notice your triggers, like notice your triggers when you're taking something personally, but then I'm asking us to turn it on, go inward and turn like a mirror reflection. Well, ouch, that doesn't, for many of us, is like, no, thank you. And we will do everything we can to not turn the reflection into words ourselves. But if you've done that, you're still with me, awesome. And then assume nothing was last week, where we notice the stories that we tell ourselves and not assume that we know what somebody needs or wants or what they're feeling, or not assuming that other people know what we're even feeling or thinking. And so this required us to ask some questions and to really listen. And that's scary. That's scary to actually put ourselves out there and ask some questions, ask for what we want or ask what other people are feeling. So I've asked you to be a little awkward and uncomfortable. I've asked you to turn things inward and like it's not pretty. Asked you to step into some scariness. So, of course, this is all in alignment with Don Miguel Ruiz and his 4 agreements, right? Be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions. And so, and I opened up with this, last month with, well, yeah, this is all common sense. Wouldn't this be a wonderful life we live if we could do all of that? But it's easier said than done. So, this is the 4th agreement this week, and it is always do your best. Always do your best. So these weekly tap-ins and our daily intention setting, this is really why we do this, why I want to share this with you, because this intention setting sets us up to always do our best. And so it is important to understand that our best is going to be different in every single moment, every moment. So the best that we give is going to be based on what we are experiencing in that moment. If you're having a great day, your best is going to be amazing. If you're not having such a good day, your best is going to be different. If you didn't have a good sleep last night, your best is going to be different than if you had an amazing sleep. Right? How you're feeling physically. If you're sick, your best is going to be different than if you're feeling great. So we have to, no, we don't have to. We get to open up our awareness into how we're feeling in this moment and how our best is going to unfold for us. And when we do our best, then we get to learn from our mistakes. We get to learn from what's unfolding all around us. Because when we know, well, I did my best in that moment, right? And then we go, okay, well, it didn't unfold as I would want to, or I didn't, something didn't pan out. Well, then we know we did our best and we can lean back and go, okay, how could I have done something different? And just even in all of this last month, when we notice that we're taking something personally, or we notice that we're assuming, it's like, ooh, okay, I'm aware of that. Maybe your best in that moment was to tap into that awareness. This is how we learn. This is how we grow. So the idea of doing your best is to do your best because you want to, not because you have to. And that can be a tough one because there's a lot of things in this life that's like, I don't want to do it, but I have to do it. Right? I mean, I'm fortunate that I do a job that I absolutely love. And there's days that even in a job I love, I feel like, oh, I have to do this. But can you imagine if you had a job that you didn't like, that you hated, and that mind chatter that was going on because you hated what you had to do and you have to do it? How do you do your best under those circumstances? So again, adopt all of these, work these agreements into your life. You will start to notice the changes, even in things that you have to do. So for me, this agreement really was put into practice with some other teachings, and they were just light bulb moments for me. So for one of these teachings was Eckhart Tolle, and he has this beautiful quote where he says, "In this moment, am I going to make this moment my friend or my enemy?" And that is what we ideally need to do, is just stop and take a breath. And as I'm doing this, okay, am I complaining about something? Right? In this moment, do I want this moment to be my friend or my enemy? So another little mind hack is that when I catch myself saying, I have to do something, I stop and I shift the words I have to I get to. And when I can do that, I can also stop and go, wait a minute, am I going to make this moment? I have to do this. There it is. I have to do this. So in the have to, I have made this moment my enemy. And I'm most likely not going to do my best because I've got all of these feelings of resentment comes with have to, right? If this moment is my enemy, well, then I'm, it can make some self-pity. There's so many things. I'm complaining, I'm angry, all of these other emotions come in because I have to do this. Well, this moment is my enemy and I'm not going to do my best. But what if I shift that? If I notice that and I'm going, okay, I have to, I'm feeling all, resentful, or I'm feeling all, maybe it's not resentful or angry, but I'm just feeling overwhelmed. What if I switch it to, okay, wait a minute, I get to do this. I get to do this. Well, in that moment, I can take a deep breath and go, I get to do this. Now I've made this moment my friend. And in making that moment my friend, I now have set myself up to do my best in this particular situation, right? I have to, or I get to. I have to, or I get to. It's your choice, right? And so there's some things we have to do, but if we can shift it into, well, I get to do this, then we can shift into this moment as my friend. Well, in this moment that it's now my friend and I get to do this, now we can create new stories. Now we can do our best. Now we are going to do it in the best way that we can. This is where we cultivate self-love. This is where we start to see things from a whole bigger, broader perspective. You know what? If you get to do this and you've made this moment your friend, you're not going to take things as personally in that moment. You're not going to assume as many things. But if you're going into it, you're stuck in the story of, oh, I have to do this, right? I've made this moment my enemy. You're going to take things so many things personally. You're going to assume so much, and you're going to get stuck in that whole wheel of stuck in your story. I hate this. I have to. So this intention this week is to lean back and say, just even write that in your journal. Today I get to, and then fill in the blank. And throughout the day, or today I'm going to notice when I say I have to, and just stop, take a breath. Mind hack, here it is. Yeah, I get to do this. And when I get to do this, I shift this moment into being my friend, and I will do my absolute best. And then this is, I mean, the follow through of this is like, okay, since I'm choosing to do this, I get to do this right now. I'm also going to do this with fill in the blank. I'm going to do it with enthusiasm. I'm going to do it with ease. I'm going to do it with kindness. I'm going to do it with love. I'm going to do it with gratitude. I'm going to do it with courage. I'm going to do it with confidence. I'm going to do it with, I don't know, harmony. So whatever it is that you're choosing to do or you get to do it with your best. And so these are those mind hacks. These are intention settings. We get stuck when we're stuck in have to, when we're not doing our best, when we're stuck in the story. Let's get out of the story. We get to live this life. We don't have to live this life. We get to live this life. Let's do our best to live it by honoring ourselves with self-love. Let's tap this in. Okay, so we get to tap this in. We get to move our body. Let's just bounce and just shake it out, get the arms moving, bounce, get some energy moving in our body. Oh, let's take a nice deep breath. Oh, we get to take a nice deep breath. Good. And then I want you to just shake that out. Shake it out. Shake out all the have tos. I don't have to do anything. I get to do things. But yeah, I have to go to work. Well, I get to go to work. I have to pay the bills. I get to pay the bills. March it out. Even losing my mom just recently, I've even shifted that. Yeah, I have to grieve her. No, I get to grieve her. I get to grieve her. Pick up those things. I get to remember some really happy memories. I get to cry. I get to miss her. Right? Of course, I'm going to miss her, but I get to experience it. And I learned so much about myself. Tap in, right around, come down. You just tap wherever. Just get some energy flowing and just think, where in my life do I need to shift this have to? What am I complaining about the most? What am I taking personally most? Right? Just tap that out, shake out the hands, rub them in together, and just tap underneath the eyes. Now, I have said this before, where it's like, my belief here is that we are all souls and we are having a human experience. So just take those out. That's my belief. We're all souls and we are having a human experience. That's what life is all about. Big breath, tap that in. And then let's tap into the collarbone area. Let's get all of our energy moving in the right direction. And just in putting this all together, even in my own mind, I'm like, having a human experience, I'm going to shift that. I am enjoying this human experience. Okay, let those words land where they need to land for you. I am a soul enjoying this human experience. The only way I'm going to enjoy it is if I do my best, if I look at things differently. I tap right in here, self-love. I get to love myself. I get to live this life. I get to choose how I'm going to live it in every moment. I get to choose if this moment's going to be my friend or my enemy. I get to choose in every moment, self-love or self-pity. If it's my enemy, I'm in pity. I have to do this. If it's my friend, I'm in self-love. And look what I get to do. I get to choose it. I get to do it with enthusiasm. I get to do it with love. I get to do it with maybe just harmony or ease. Tap in underneath. So where in your life are you going to shift? That's the intention. No more have to. I get to. And when we get to and we shift our mindset, we will always do our best. We will do our best every day to not take things personally, to look at those triggers, to not assume anything. We get to do this life. We get to. Let's do our best to do it with joy, with love, with kindness, with harmony. Shake it out. Good. Just crossing that over. Have an amazing week. my friends, and just absolutely do your best. This can be a crazy time of year, so you've got many, many ways to practice this one. What do you get to do today? And enjoy it, and just do your best as you do it. Namaste. Thank you.